as they wanted to. This credit crunch really started quite a while before it all got into the newspaper. They were not going to put any in, and then I had meetings with them and said that is unacceptable. They would like to expand. They have the plans, but again, I mean, you want to keep the doors open, you want to keep your people employed, and not listen to the mayor call you and say, oh, you need to spend $15 million to double your ballroom right now. They will. We know the plans. It'll come through the building department. It'll be voted on by this board. It'll be subject to public input, but that's not going to happen right now. And in the Holiday Inn, it's one of these convoluted things with a falling out between partners, and who knows who's going to end up with it. And the management company that got fired happened to be one of the partners, and but it's not for sale. So there's not a lot that the village can do to step in. Now, we are trying to manage, some of the code issues and stuff out there, but that's what we can do. I can't solve this between the partners out there. And I know what Key Lime's Cove's plans are. Greg has seen them too, and they will happen, and we are well positioned. But if you can't borrow money, and why would you even take on debt right now? I mean, I really respect our businesses wanting to keep their employees employed and the doors open and doing the best they can, just like we are, to get through this. And we are well positioned for it when it starts turning around, and there's good signs already of things starting to turn around. I've had more meetings in the last 60 days with big entities that want to start doing. They're laying the groundwork now, because we all know by 2012 things will be well on their way. And that's the lead time on this stuff. It doesn't, it's not like I wiggle my nose and make this stuff happen overnight. There is a lot to this. A lot of discussions, a lot of meetings. They go back to their corporate offices, then they show up again, 6 months later, and we meet more. I mean, it's a constant courting. I call it courting. That's my job. I go out and I court businesses, and that's literally, yes, I take them to restaurants. My favorite happens to be Backyard Steak Pit. That's usually where I take them. And we talk, and I drive them around. I can't tell you how many times they get in my car, and sometimes that's a little embarrassing because we also know it's mom's taxi cab. But I drive them around. I show them places. That is my job. I am the face of Gurnee. And then staff knows what is hot and what we like and what works and what we need, and they take it from there. And Lake County Partners, fabulous. I send them an email, and they got a whole group of people working on it right away. I don't even have to do the PowerPoint myself. They put the maps together and everything else. We are very aggressive. It just doesn't happen in a campaign cycle. But there's a lot of stuff that's been going, a lot of me. I mean, if you guys looked at the mayor's calendar, you would see repeatedly every day meetings, pushing this stuff forward, laying the groundwork, making sure when the capital markets open up, Gurnee's the place they're going to want to locate.
I was against Key Lime Cove before they built it. It was a failed project before it even got started. The location is not conducive to what they're trying to do there. I would have never spent $134 million in that piece of property. I would have looked for a different location. But in the Holiday Inn, the village can do more than just say it's not for sale. They can talk to these owners and say, we need some action here.
Tony, they've been in my office 6 times, both of them in the last week, all right? You don't know what you're talking about.
Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. I just know I've spoken to the owners myself. And there's more than what's going on that we want to tell the public.
Next question.
Yes, please. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine.
Hi. Thanks for being here, and thank you guys for being here. Anybody who runs for office has my complete respect, believe me. This is going to be kind of a long-winded question because it requires some explanation. But first of all, I can tell you my colleagues on the Lake County Board envy Gurnee. We are the envy of Lake County. Okay?
Amen.
Everybody wants to be Gurnee.
Amen.
Now, Fountain Square is being built by Waukegan because they want to be Gurnee. The Lake County Fairgrounds, same thing. Lindenhurst, Town Center, Town Square wants to be Gurnee. Antioch. Amen. Everybody's building because they want to be Gurnee. Now, what I hear that concerns me is that I was involved with the hearings for Town Center, Village Green, I believe they call it, in Lindenhurst, and they discounted the presence of Gurney Mills because they said that's a discount mall, and they want to build an upscale mall. Same thing with Grace Lake. Now, both of those are still holes in the ground. Nothing's broken ground because of the economic situation. That, as we all agree, will change. But what concerns me is the demographics, the market studies for those projects discounted Gurney Mills because it's a discount mall. Now, from what I hear is Gurney Mills now wants to be an upscale mall. Everybody wants to be an upscale mall.
It's not,
I don't know, but I mean, so I guess what I'm asking...
it's not a Hawthorne, it's kind of a mix.
Well, what I'm asking the three of you, basically, is specifically, and I don't mean everybody get together and talk. I mean, you know, are you talking tax rebates? Are you talking incentives? What are you specifically going to do to prevent Gurney from turning into Waukegan by the ring cities around us that are all trying to be us?
You haven't,
You
he
get the
skipped on
last-
the last one. Let him
Yeah, go ahead.
first.
Again, I think we're poised for success. I mean, we've got all the right stuff, all the right ingredients to turn this thing into an Old Orchard shopping center. And I actually used to shop there a lot because I lived near there before moving to Gurnee. And I watched it go from a Lakehurst type situation to a crown jewel for Skokie. But you know, whatever needs to be done to bring in the big fish is what we need to do. Be it tax incentives, it probably will wind up being tax incentives, but I think we have an advantage over everybody around us. And that's why I can't believe that it's so difficult to do. If everybody else is doing it, what's the matter? You know, why aren't we doing it? Obviously, they're doing whatever they're doing to create it for themselves. Well, even if we just did that, we should be able to be more successful than we have been. And I just think that I think there simply is a lack of vision here that we're talking about. I think that, you know, again, you know, we need to go out after it. We need to decide what and who we're trying to be. There should be no reason for anyone in the village of Gurnee to be shopping anywhere else. We have one of the largest shopping mega malls in the country. I think was Gurnee Mills the first one, I believe it was? Or
Woodfield.
We got a huge retail opportunity here. Sitting with prime location, we got all the right ingredients. High income area, the whole bit. Why on earth should I be shopping at Hawthorne, Schaumburg, Old Orchard, Prime Outlets? You know, that's what, you know, I've knocked on a bunch of doors so far, and people tell me, I don't shop at Gurnee Mills. I'm scared to go to Gurnee Mills. I don't like Gurnee Mills. You know, it's the wrong mix of choices. All of these things. And, you know, again, you know, either we're not working on it or looking in the wrong areas. There's no excuse for it. It's just not happening. And, you know, I intend to make that thing happen. And be it tax incentives, be it just take them out to dinner, be it just call them up and invite them in because they want to be here. But I'll tell you, if we're not careful and our eye is not on the ball, it will land in Lake County Fairgrounds or Lindenhurst or somewhere else. And then once that happens, you're going to see an expansion of Waukegan, and it'll be the Gurnee wing. And that's my concern. That's why I'm running for mayor. I'm concerned about it. It scares the daylights out of me to sit here and see our community in decline. And you don't see it in the papers. You don't see it anywhere that we're in decline, guys. And it's been for many years now. And everybody else has gotten a jump on us. And as I said, once the anchor stores land somewhere else, they won't be coming to us. And I think we'll have a serious problem on our hands that probably won't be fixed. And so I just think that that's where we need to be focused. I hear all this talk about convention